Hello, this is Ebonygeek. You're always welcome to join me in expanding your knowledge base. Comments are always welcome, and please subscribe. Hi, this is Ebonygeek45. We're on to another project. And this project is actually making a raised flower bed. I'm pretty sure you see that a lot on YouTube, but here's my version of it. So I already got some wood marked off with my cut lines and everything. This is a 2x4, 8 length of 2x4. This is the cut line that I want to do. I'm going to actually do it not on table saw. I'm going to do it with the jigsaw because I don't really want to go downstairs. This is a jigsaw. When you in a pinch and you don't want to, like I don't want to go downstairs to do the cutting, then you would use a jigsaw. I have a bit here. It's a wooden bit, of course. Okay, so see on this jigsaw, I actually don't have it set to the right thing. I don't know what that is I have it set to. But as you can see, that piece of wood with the straight line down it, that's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to set it to that. And I'm doing everything one-handed, so I apologize for the shakiness. So I now got it set to the right setting to cut a straight line through the wood. So it shouldn't have a problem. As you can see, it have a setting for, you know, going offline or even going swirly light. But we're going to go a straight line. That's all we need today. When you're using these things, make sure, of course, respect the tool. And I can't say that enough. Of course, respect the tool. Especially if you're a youngster and you haven't really messed with this stuff all that much. Respect the tool because it can go bad and you can get really hurt really quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right on that center line. I'm going to try to do it one-handed. I'm actually got it plugged into the solar setup that I have set up. I haven't really used it all that much, so it's time to see if it can really go, you know. So here we go. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Okay, and there we go. Now, of course, that ended bad because I'm actually sitting on a piece of wood. There really wasn't no support on the other side. So the cut is not all that great, but it's okay. It stayed on line. It's a little diagonal. We're going to straighten that out with a bandsaw though. But that's what we have. And then I'm going to redo the line for this, and you will see why in a moment. So in order to get more better cuts, I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. But I just wanted to show at least one piece getting cut. What we want to do here is we're going to cut about, there's 2 more pieces to be need to be cut. Okay, so here's the dimensions. These 2x4s are 8 feet in length. So I'm cutting them in half. But they're the short side of the flower beds. I'm going to leave the 2x4 that's going to go on the long side exactly the length they are. Then I have some 4x4s, and I'm cutting them at a 15 1/4 length 4x4s. They're going to be the corner, so we're going to need 4 of them. Now, the reason why I'm doing it that short is because I'm actually using the wood that I have in stock at home, so that I don't have to go to the store, waste more time, because I didn't start out as early as I wanted to. As you can see, the solar panel didn't blow up when I used this, and it should now be recharging whatever energy I used in order to use this bandsaw. So I'm going to get the rest of the pieces cut, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's what we have for our 4x4. They're pretty much the same in size. You can see some of them are uneven. We want the uneven better size to be on the bottom so that the better top size is showing at the top. So what you gonna do, because the wood is gonna fit like this, the 2x4 is gonna be lined up on top of the 4x4, okay? And the 4x4 is what's gonna be on the inside corner, so that when we bring in the other piece, it's gonna be lined up like that, only the long piece is gonna be going along it, so that the 4x4 is sitting on the inside. You will see what I'm talking about when I get it together. So you want to make sure that it's gonna fit snug, okay? So I'm using a scrap piece of wood to line it up, kind of. Now, keeping in mind that I don't believe that these edges are all that even either, but we trying to do the best we can. I actually marked here, so I'm trying to keep it along that edge. Then I'm going to drill some pallet holes. I want to try to keep it as straight as possible, so that when I do set it down, it won't be so uneven. I'm going to go ahead and I would say this is good. I think I lined it up okay. We have it all set up. Okay, so now we want to do some pallet holes. I'm going to do 4. So we're going to start right here. Try to put it right along the other one. Not too close to the edge so it won't split. And then the last one. Okay, now to try to make sure everything line up nice, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go along this edge right here with a pencil. Don't use these kind of pencils when you're doing this, because the lead keep breaking. Okay, so there we go. So with this lined up here on the top, and then we have the part here that's lined up on the bottom, and it's actually along the edge, but it don't look like it's split. You want to keep in mind, you want to keep the pallet holes from being along the edge, because see, a screw still had to go through there, and hopefully it won't split. But if it do, I'll adjust when I'm out there. But we have the pallet holes for that one, we have the pallet holes for this one, and I'll be back when I'm about ready to go outside. And I know we're looking a little disorganized here, but as I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, we could really put the end pieces together inside, then put the outside pieces together outside. And the main reason for that is the end pieces are shorter, so I can get them through the door without no problem. The outside pieces take a little bit of maneuvering, and it would be a box. And then actually drill the outside so that they could fit well before I take them out. So I'm gonna do that. So I got the added. This side is done. Okay, and these screws are the it's a heavy box. It's actually construction screws that I'm using. I find that they work good because at the top, while you guide them in, you can kind of hold this piece and it don't mess with your fingers. And then it have the I guess you call it the star thing up there, and that way you could get the star bit and you could just drive it in. It's nice and simple. It catches good. Okay, and then you just drive it in. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so. And I didn't tighten that down real good either. I just hand tightened it. So you just take your time. Okay. And now the thing I like about this Makita driver, this Makita, this is the drill. Whenever I have bits that don't have a bottom piece on them, let me see if I can find one. Like these, they don't have like a bottom piece on them, and what it looks like is it's a groove at the bottom. Okay, and that allows you to use this driver, and then when you put it in, it locks down on that bottom groove, so it holds it in there real tight. But for bits like this with no groove on the bottom, it don't actually do that. So you would think it should, but it don't. And it has a little line thingy at the bottom, but it has to actually be the groove for it to catch on for the screwdriver. So I just put the bit in here and tighten it on, and then just use the drill as the screwdriver, and it works pretty well. I actually like this drill because it has torque. You get that on the more expensive tools. And I didn't buy this one. This one was actually given to me. I heard the kit, well, the kit, they said costs $180 or something like that. I wouldn't have never paid that much on the driver set and a flashlight. I just don't have that kind of money. But I could definitely see the quality to it. And what I like about this is, unlike all the drills I've been using, when you get down to the very bottom, it actually, it don't just spin, it torques, what I call a torque spin. That's when you hear that buzz right there. And that's when you know you got a good drill, because it don't necessarily, you could really just, you know, work with your drill without that sudden hit. And when you hit the bottom. Okay, so, and there you go. That's the other side of the first side that I did. I'm Ebonygeek, and I hope that the information provided has been helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe. Happy building and happy coding.